Hello and welcome to Farkham. My name's Lucy and in episode 5 I'm going to show you how I detail and weather Accurascale 37s. In this video we'll be taking a look at 37051, one of Accurascale's original releases, and I'm going to show you the techniques that I use to achieve an authentic weathered look. Let's jump right in. I started by removing the buffer beams, which are held in place with 4 small screws. Once off, I added the included pipework and installed Smith's screw-link couplings. I trimmed the spring and hook down so it wouldn't interfere with the bogies. While the body was off, I took the chance to fit a set of Accurascale crew figures into the cab. It's a small touch, but it really brings the loco to life. Next up was the etch depot plaques and BR arrows. These needed to be carefully cut from the fret, then the burrs filed off for a clean fit. Before fitting them, I removed the printed plaques on the cab side using isopropyl alcohol and a cotton bud. Take it slow and steady here, don't rush. I used a tiny dab of superglue on a cocktail stick to place the etches. Always wipe off the excess before applying. Positioning has to be spot on. There's no second chance. Alternatively, gloss varnish gives you more working time if you prefer a less permanent bond at first. While 37051 didn't need any transfers, I wanted to show you the process. So here's 37037 Gart Kosh, where I've already removed the printed logos. I'm using Railtech transfers for the numbers and logos. I've cut what I need and soaked them for 30 seconds before sliding into position. Make sure you apply a gloss varnish first. I use Vallejo through an airbrush as it helps the transfers to sit smoothly. One important note, I always mask the windows and lights with Humbrol Maskell before spraying varnish. I also protect the wipers with masking tape as Maskell can easily pull those fine details off. Once the varnish is dry, just peel it away carefully. With all the detailing done, I turn my attention to the weathering. Here's a reference photo of 37051 at Cargo Fleet in 1991. Fairly clean overall, but with dirt on the nose, roof and lower body sides. Just to get some variation, I looked at a few others. 37885 at Kinghurst and 37513 at Long Marston, and a filthy 37213 in coal sector livery. That helped shape how I approached the tones and textures. I'm just going to pause here because it's worth mentioning that I always mix my paints with a 50-50 mix of paint and thinners. Although I used to use enamels only, I now only use acrylics. Acrylics have come a long way in the last few years and they really are very good paints. I always thin my paints with Vallejo airbrush thinner. The varnishes I use after applying the transfers are the Vallejo matte and gloss varnish. The paints that I've used for the weathering process are the Army Painters Ash Grey and Leather Brown. Those have been used for the chassis and the bogies, while I've used Games Workshop Charcoal Grey for the roof dirt and Vallejo Matte Black just for the exhaust soot. I have these handy medicine dispensing pots for mixing paint. They're available on Amazon and the link is in the description. Another tip is that I don't waste paint from my airbrush. Everything that's not used is tipped into a pot and later on you can add thinners and create your own wash. I started with the airbrush applying a light grey over the chassis and bogies. This is a great way to remove that new black plastic look. I then added some mid-brown and matte black to the same area. Charcoal grey was used for the roof dirt and some matte black around the exhaust ports. Next I applied a matte varnish through the airbrush. This is an essential part of the next stage of the process. When using a wash, you need a matte varnish which will help the wash grip to the body side. I then used a Flory Models Dark Dirt Wash. These are clay based and great for creating realistic grime. I apply it quite generously using a flat brush. The bogey's got a mix of dark tones too, blacks and browns. Applied with a fine brush, it really lifts the detail on the underframe. After drying overnight, I use a damp sponge to remove the wash in downward strokes, mimicking rain streaks. This gives a really authentic look, especially on the sides and around the nose. Don't forget the nose ends. A cotton bud works wonders for getting into those tricky gaps. And here she is, the finished class 37. 37051 on the layout, weathered, detailed and ready for the mainline. I'm really pleased with how it's turned out, subtle but effective. If you've enjoyed this build, let me know in the comments. And if you've got your own weathering tips or photos of your projects, why not tag me on Facebook or Instagram? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more detailing and weathering projects coming soon. Thanks for watching. See you next time.